Good morning, students. In our previous class, we have discussed the structure of chromosome and gene. Today, we will discuss cell cycle and cell division. So, what is cell cycle? So, cell cycle is a series of events that generally occur within the cell and that is characterized by the duplication of DNA and formation of new cells. So, the cell cycle has two main phases. One is interphase and another is M phase or mitotic phase. So, we can divide interphase into three main parts. G1, that means the first growth phase, S, that means the synthesis phase, and G2, that means the second growth phase. And in M phase, that is generally the mitotic phase, that is prophase, anaphase, metaphase and telophase. These four phases are there. So as you can see in the cell cycle, two phases are there. This one is interphase and this one is mitotic phase. So the interphase is characterized by G1, S and G2. So G1 means the first growth phase. So what happened in first growth phase? So when the cells, that means the new cells are coming in the G1 phase, so there is the synthesis of protein and RNA, and also there is the synthesis of mitochondria in animal cell and plastid in plant cells. So when all this synthesis done, then the cell will go into the next phase, that is the S phase. So S phase means the synthesis phase. So what synthesis? It is the synthesis of DNA, or the DNA replication is occur within the S phase. So when the DNA replication done within the new cells, that cell will go into the G2 phase, that means it is the second growth phase. So in this second growth phase, what happened? Again there is the some more synthesis of protein and DNA, RNA, and after that this cell will enter into this mitotic phase. And when the cells are coming into the G1 phase, and after G1 phase, if there is any damage within the DNA, the cell will not go into the S phase, the cell will go into another phase, that is called G0 or resting phase. That means there is no synthesis of DNA, and there is, after that there is no mitotic phase. Again when that DNA damaged repair, that cell will again go into the S phase, then G2 and then M. That means then the cell will go into the mitotic phase or the cell division phase. Now why we need new cells? So we need new cells for the growth, like growth of tissue and organ, for replacement of our red blood cell, as 2 million red blood cell in our body are destroyed every second. So they are replaced by new cells. We also need new cells for repair and for reproduction. Like if any injury is there in our body, so it can be repaired by the new cell. And for reproduction also, we need new cells for the formation of gametes like sperm and ovum in human body. Now we are coming to the formation of new DNA strand. So the formation of new DNA strand is generally occur in S phase. So what happened in S phase? This is the structure of a DNA, and it is the double helical structure. Two strand is there, that's why it is known as double helical structure. So when the replication process starts, this double helix structure will open and one new DNA strand will form in with the each strand. So this part you can see, this is the old part, and there is a opening of the double helical structure, and this part, this pink portion, that is also the old part. But during the replication, one new DNA strand is added here, and here also one new DNA strand is added. So this one is the old DNA strand and this one is the new DNA strand. So after that what happened? Here and here. So one new DNA strand will add here, and here also one new DNA strand will add. So that means it is the replication. So from one helical structure there is the formation of two double helical structures. So that is the replication process of DNA. That means one parent strand and one new strand, and here also one parent strand and one new strand. So now we are coming to M phase, that means the mitotic phase. So it is generally occurred by two main phases, karyokinesis and cytokinesis. Karyokinesis means the division of nucleus, that means the formation of the sister chromatids and all. So the karyokinesis also has four phases, that is prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. And cytokinesis means the division of cytoplasm, that means it is actually the formation of new daughter cells. So we'll discuss the first one, that is the prophase. So what happened in prophase? So in prophase, the nuclear membrane and nucleolus disappear. The centrioles start moving apart and reach the opposite pole. Spindle fibers appears with the centromere and the chromosome become thick and visible under the microscope. So as you can see in the diagram, chromosomes are thick and visible in early prophase, and in late prophase you can see the spindle fibers are formed and it is attached with the centromere, and the chromosomes start moving toward the metaphase plate or toward the equator. Okay, so the next phase is metaphase. So in metaphase, chromosomes are arranged in one plane at equator and each chromosomes get attached to the spindle by its centromere. Now is anaphase. So what happened in anaphase? So the sister chromatids that is already formed in prophase. So the sister chromatids are now beginning to separate and they are going to each of the pole. And this generally occurs by shortening of the spindle fibers that are generally attached to the centromere of each sister chromatids. So in late anaphase you can see a furrow or a invagination is coming in the cell membrane at the middle, and it is generally occur in animal cell. Now we are coming to the last phase, that is telophase. So in telophase, two sets of daughter chromosome reach each opposite pole, spindle fiber disappears, chromatids thin out and it is in the form of chromatin fibers. That means again chromatin fibers is visible, again nuclear membrane form, and the cleavage furrow starts depending in the animal cell, and the nucleoli also appear in the middle. And after that there is cytokinesis, that means the division of cytoplasm, that means the formation of new cell. So during cytokinesis the cleavage furrow appears and there is the invagination of the cytoplasm and formation of two new daughter cells. So we will see what is the difference between animal mitosis and plants mitosis. So in animals aster are formed, but in plants aster rays are not formed, and in animals the cytokinesis are generally occur by furrowing of cytoplasm, means the invagination of cytoplasm, but in plants there is no furrowing, there is the formation of the cell plate, and cell plate generally form between two cells, and after that it divides into two new daughter cells.